everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantabulous day full of fantabulous things in it, as always. And for today's video, I thought it was high time we would do another subscribe to play this. Now, for those of you who do not know what this series is about, because it's a brand new series, this is basically, I always tell people I play Call of Duty and everything else in between. This is part of everything else in between. I play a lot of games on Game Pass, and now with the kind of Game Pass version coming out on big thing coming out on PlayStation, I thought I would just go ahead and start this series. I'm super excited about this series. I've done 2 already. You guys have loved them, and I do appreciate it. I thought I would take this in a different spin. The last 2 times I have given you 5 games that I think that you should give a try, that you should play. This time I thought I would give you 5 games for multiplayer. But not this, by the way, this idea kind of came from me just wanting to play with my family, play with my friends. But you know what? It's really difficult nowadays to find, other than we have a lot of online multiplayers, but we do not have a lot of local couch, whatever you want to call it, multiplayers anymore. We don't. There are a few. And here are some of those few that maybe I think that you should check out on Game Pass. Yes, we're still doing Xbox because I don't have the PlayStation thing yet. I'm going to get it though. I'm going to get it and we will start doing it. But today, I just thought I'd give you 5 local couch co-op multiplayer games that you guys could do with your family or friends while in the same room. So here you go. Here are 5 of those games that I think you guys should go check out on Game Pass. Number 5, Unravel 2. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, 2? What about 1? Well, 1 does not have multiplayer in it. Okay? But number 2, Unravel 2, has not only multiplayer online, but it also has a local couch, whatever you want to call it, multiplayer. It has that. It has it to where either your friend or family member can jump in and join it. It does have split screen. It is a lot of fun if you really like games with obstacles and things in it, because you have to help one another out. It is a lot of fun. And for those of you who do not know what Unravel 2 is about, Unravel 2 is a puzzle multiplayer platform game. It is about the red yarn is separated from his home and his owner in a storm at sea, and is washed ashore with the yarn being cut to a dead end. He encounters a blue yarn among the wreckage, and with their dead ends connected form a bond. Now, I'm not going to say much more about this because this really is a heartwarming story. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun things to do. And by the way, it is also challenging as well, because one of you will play the red, one of you will play the blue, and the goal is to get past these obstacles without running out of yarn on one side or the other. So you really have to work together to achieve the end goal of this game, which I'm not going to tell you, but it is a lot of fun. I highly recommend this if you have not played this before. If you like games like this with obstacles in it, think of it as maybe along the same lines of Will of the Wisp, or maybe Mario or things like that. You guys get the picture. It's along the same lines, and it's a lot of fun, and you get to do it with a friend or family member. But that, everyone, is number 5. On to the next one. Number 4, Army of 2. Now look, there are 2 two more army of two games. I should have put this at number 2 to round it all out. I didn't. It is at number 4. And you'll see why later, okay? You'll see why later. But that's a lot of 2 power right there. But there are 2 more army of 2 games, but Game Pass has the very first one. And for those of you who do not know, it is developed by EA. Now, this was back when EA was EA. This is when they did really good games a lot of the time, right? They were very consistent in putting out very good games. And those of you who do not know, Army of 2 takes place in 1993. Army Rangers Elliot and Tyson are tasked to work with Philip, a private military contractor, to assassinate a warlord. Following the success of the mission, Philip invites Elliot and Tyson to join the company, and the 3 enter into the private sector of the military. Now look, I don't want to give away too much of what this game is about, because how do I describe this? How do you describe the game that you grew up loving? That's right, I grew up loving this game. This was a game that I could actually get my twin sister. Yes, for those of you who do not know, I am a twin. I'm an identical twin. And she's not much of a gamer, but I could always get her to play this game because it's fun. It's not hard. It kind of reminds me, it's kind of a cross between Battlefield, Call of Duty, but it also meets Gears of War in my mind, because Gears of War is in third person and this one's in third person as well. It's a lot of fun. It's a great game to play together. It is on the older side. Now look, you will probably see this. I'm going to do a series. I'm already planning on doing a series of oldies but goodies that you can play on Game Pass. This might be shown on there as well because it's definitely an oldie, but it's definitely a goodie. It's not from the very first Xbox. It's from the Xbox series. It's from the one after. What was that? I had PlayStation 3. I wish I had gotten Xbox 360. That's what it was. I really wanted that one after I got PlayStation 3. But hey, that's all right. That's all right. I had a lot of fun on that PlayStation 3, despite everything. I had a lot of fun on it, and this was one of the games that I played on there. This is a lot of fun. So it's from that era, so it's a little bit older, but I highly recommend it if you're just wanting to sit down, you want to shoot some bad guys with your friend or with your family member. This is a really fun game, and I highly recommend it for you guys as a local co-op, a couch co-op game, multiplayer game. But that is number 4, guys. On to the next one. Number 3, A Way Out. Now look, before I go any further, let me say this. These last 3, it was very hard for me to pick which one was going to be number 1, because all of these could easily be number 1, but you guys will see in a minute why I picked number 1. It's very near and dear to my heart, and I know a lot of you guys as well. But A Way Out is a very good game. It is a very good multiplayer, local couch co-op multiplayer game. It is a lot of fun, and it's also created by Hazelight Studios, which, by the way, little tidbit here, the next one on this list, number 2, is also created by that studio. So a little bit of tidbit for you there. But for those of you who do not know what The Way Out is about, in Way Out, we see Vincent in 1972. He is freshly incarcerated and sent to prison for fraud and many other things. In jail, he meets Leo, who has been inside for 6 months for assault, armed robbery, and many other things as well. While in prison, a thug is sent in by a crime boss, Harvey, to try and kill Leo, but Vincent intercedes, and as a result, both of them end up in the infirmary. While in the infirmary, Vincent is starting to wonder if Leo is planning to escape. Leo denies it at first, but eventually comes around and tells Vincent, and they both become partners to try and escape from the prison. Now look, I'm not going to give away much more about this. This is definitely a nail biter, and this one also, and I say a nail biter because honestly, every action that you and whoever you're playing with, whether it's a family member or a friend, everything that you do has consequences. And that is very rare for a multiplayer game. It is very rare to have a story-driven multiplayer game like this, and where it almost acts like a game like Max Effect and things like that, because the ending depends on your choices. And to have a story-driven game like this for a local couch multiplayer, that is a rare thing, and it is a lot of fun. Now I will say this leans towards more mature audience, so just telling you that, but it is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. If you have not given this game a try, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun, and it's fun because each player has a task. And sometimes those tasks end up, if one doesn't succeed, then the other one's not going to succeed. So it is a lot of fun in that way. But there you go. That is number 3. On to the next one. Number 2. It Takes Two. Actually, that does go with number 2. Look at me. I didn't mean to do that. But like I said above, Take Two is actually made by the same studio that did A Way Out. They're both made by Haze Light Studios. And for those of you, by the way, who do not know, this is our newly crowned Game of the Year. Okay, yes, it won Game of the Year award at the Game Awards. So this is our Game of the Year. Surprisingly, I did not pick it to win, but it's a very good surprise, and actually very nice to see a game like this win Game of the Year. But for those of you who do not know about what Take Two is about, Take Two is about a married couple, Cody and May. A married couple who is about to get a divorce. After telling their daughter Rose the news, she takes her handmade dolls that look like her parents into her family shed and tries to repair their relationship by play acting. The parents find themselves trapped inside the dolls as a consequence to Rose's tears, and they have to work together to mend their relationship and get out of the dolls' bodies. Yes, it's a little kooky, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. This story is very unique. This game's very unique. It takes something maybe like along the lines of maybe a Mario. That's the best thing I can think of. All the obstacles that you have to work together to get over. It takes that, but puts a real spin on it. That we all know about, which is divorce, and it's very, very good, and it's a lot of fun to play with someone. You can play online, but look, I highly recommend it that you play with someone that is not online, and do it together in the same room. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend this game. I know a lot of you probably would have put this on at number 1. A lot of people consider this probably one of the best, and not the best local multiplayer couch game out there. But you guys will see in a minute about what number 1 is, and I'll tell you why I picked it. And it probably won't come to a surprise if you guys know me. You won't be surprised by this. But anyway, I highly recommend It Takes Two. If you had not tried it, please go and try it. And look, it's fun online, but it's a lot of fun local. So please invite your friend over, text them, say, hey, let's play Take Two. Come over, we'll get some popcorn, sit down, pizza, whatever you want to do. Sit down and play it. This is a very fun game, or even a family member. This is a fun game. I've played this with my dad. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend this game. But that is number 2. On to our very last one. Number 1. This won't surprise everyone. This will not surprise anyone. If you know me, this will not surprise you. But number one, Halo Master Chief Collection. Now look, Halo, I know, like I said, some of you may think number two needs to be here. Fair enough. But Halo has a special place in all of our hearts. It really does. And this Master Chief Collection is a great way to experience it if you have never played Halo before, which if you haven't, you've been on a rock, but I have met people that have never played it before. Or it's a good way to relive it along with someone just sitting right by you and doing it with you. I recently did this with my dad. We went through all of the Halo stories together. It was a lot of fun. It is all local. All the stories are local, co-op, couch. It is a couch co-op. They're a lot of fun to do. It is split screen. Some people don't like split screen. I get it, but it's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend this game to just relive this story with someone sitting next to you. Right? A lot of us, I experienced it doing the first time around, when they came out by myself. But I got to experience it with my dad, who loves the Halo books. We had a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, a lot of fun. Now, each game has come with a graphic update with this game. So, in this Master Chief, every one of them, so the older ones, have gotten the upgrades, so they actually look good. Now look, I know some of you thinking, if I heard that the multiplayer online was not good, and by the way, I will say, and I will not lie, it was not good, but they did kind of fix it to an extent. If you want the multiplayer, then just go to Halo Infinite, which is not perfect, but they have worked on it. It's definitely better than what they've done in the past. And it's actually better. I recently played it on my stream, which, by the way, I will put the link down below. But it is actually fun. I recently did it on there, and it's actually a lot of fun. They have improved a lot of the things from that multiplayer that came out. So, if you're wanting to do the multiplayer, play multiplayer on Halo Infinite. Okay, but experience if you want to experience a local couch co-op game together, then go to the Master Chief Collection. Now, if you're thinking, why can't I do Halo Infinite as a local co-op couch thing? Well, let me tell you something. They have not fixed that yet. They keep telling us that they're going to. I don't know if they ever will. I would love for them to. My dad and I keep waiting for it to, because I have decided this time around I would like to play for the first time with him. I would love to do that, but it is what it is. If you want to do, and by the way, I have seen clips and kind of know a lot about the story of Halo Infinite. So if you want to go experience it by yourself, go right ahead. But if you're wanting to do a local co-op couch story, first-person shooter thing, Halo Master Chief Collection is for you. But those are my 5 that you should subscribe to play on Game Pass, and these are 5 awesome local multiplayer games that I think you guys would have fun, like a family get-togethers or just friends. A lot of my friends, I have friends that play online, but a lot more of my friends that I grew up with, including my sister, they prefer the local ones. And we don't get a lot of them today, but they are out there. And these 5 are just a few. There's more on there. And some of them I thought about putting on here, but I decided not to, just because they can go into other categories like the oldies but goodies one that I told you about that I will be doing soon. So anyway, there you go. Those are those 5. Look, if you got a game that you think is a good local co-op game, put it in below. I would love to see that. I would love to see what you guys like, or maybe you would put one of these at number 1 instead of Halo Master Chief Collection. Let me know in the comments below what you think and what you love. But also, please like and subscribe. You don't have to, but I would love for you to. And I will see you in the next video, well, that you see me in. Goodbye.